Alright, for those who buy Gopeds or gas scooters off of OfferUp, Craigslist, Let It Go, any type of online seller, even if you're buying it from your neighbor, um, always want to take your stuff apart and just double check, because you can always run into problems, and if you don't double check it, then you can run into a bigger problem. So I'm not no average Joe, so I got this off of a person off of Craigslist, and they said they spent a lot of money into rebuilding it, but the dude said he couldn't get it going because it was bogging out in mid range or something like that. And I already knew what the problem was, but before I even found out what the problem was, there was another problem. So the dude said he bought a brand new carburetor, velocity stack, air filter, new fuel lines, and said he even got a new spark plug too. So including a coil. And this, I don't even think this is the original coil for this. I think this came off of a chainsaw or weed eater or something, because I have tons of the Zanoa G23 LH coils at my buddy's house, but I haven't been over there lately. So I might change that after a while. If not, I don't know. I might just leave it as is. But usually, it's best to change it because this is probably more weight, and not to mention there's another coil on the bottom, and I'm not really too sure. I'm not too familiar with the G2D engines because this is my first G2D, but I came across RCs and other types of brands like Chongyang, and even a China engine that's from a company called Maxxis, and it was like a 30.5cc, which is a garbage engine for $100. I already told my buddy not to buy it, but he didn't listen to me, so we were in the process of breaking it in, and it kept on bogging or acting up once you get around like 30, 32, 33 miles an hour. And he was like, well, just put more oil. And I'm like, that shouldn't be the case. The case is that it's not genuine material. It's just cheap shit that came from China. Not to brag down on China. I mean, China makes some good stuff, but I mean, just the material that the engine's made out of, it can wear and tear real easily because the piston sounds like it's scraping when you're riding it. But anyway, back to my story. So took off the air filter, velocity stack, and the carburetor, and I was like, So the dude said it has compression, which I know it has compression because I turned the flywheel and you can hear it. It would make that perfect sound from the front and the back. So anyway, the carburetor. So when I took off the carb, I was like, wow, you really just put a carb on without no gasket? So yeah, there's your problem right there, buddy. Should have put a gasket on. So I gotta cut out a new gasket because I don't wait for mailing to come in with new gaskets. I do it all my damn self because I got tired of waiting for people to send me stuff. So I'm gonna make me a new gasket, and the flywheel nut. I mean, thank God the threads are still good and nicely, there. But the fucking bolt that was on there is completely done. Like, look at that. Like, yeah, if I would have rode this before I would even took it off, I probably would have had a fucking flyball flying off and smacking in the inside of the crankcase, because it doesn't take much of that force to pop it off, especially when this is high rev and faster than it normally is supposed to. So yeah, now I have to go to Home Depot to go get a flywheel nut or bolt. But I have a third bearing on my G23 LH, and I have extra bolts on it, so I'm hoping that would be the size. If not, then I might have to go and take it over to Home Depot and check it out. But if your bolt is threaded out, you should definitely replace it, because like I said, the flywheel will fly off and it will damage. Like these two pins are for the pull starter, and then the fan, the fins itself is what causes the cooling. So the engine comes, it goes like that. So when it's pushing the air up. It goes through the crankcase over the head and cools and self cools it. So yeah, I gotta do that. That's pretty much it. And this too, I'm like, what the hell is this? I don't know if the G23 or the G2Ds come like that, but normally they're supposed to be like Allen keys or fucking screws that you screw in. But this is an old engine. From my knowledge, they say that this engine is very rare. And it's very hard to come by because they don't make these anymore. Supposedly, they discontinued them because these were the engines they first started with Gopeds back then. And then they came out with the G23 LH. And that's what this is. So if you add this engine, it's not really that much powerful or faster than this. It's about the same. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and this Goped frame, I got this in a dumpster from a lawnmower place. Just the frame itself. There was no deck, there was no rims, no bearings, no engine, no gas tank. Just bear with me, guys. Just the frame. There was not even a stem or a pole or a fork. I went out of the way to get all that stuff myself, but luckily I have multiple Gopeds, so I just whipped up something out of nothing. So yeah. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about anything like problems with your engine or spec wise on what should you get for a faster engine, you can comment or yeah, just comment and I'll eventually try to reply. I can't guarantee it every time, but try to reply for the most part of it. All right, well, that's it.